It's time for many this time of year as we wait to see what the ATO decides in terms of our tax return. Is there going to be a juicy enough refund for a nice holiday? Do we owe money, is always the fear as well. There's an added concern in some recent years, scammers pretending to be from the tax office and trying to get people to pay up as a result. Journalist Dani Pogson learned this firsthand. She joins me now. Dani, I know you turned the tables on these scammers in particular. I might just play for our viewers, first of all, how it played out when you called back the scammers.
I would like to know a few details before I give my details.
No, what data you need from my side?
So I wanted to know where you're based, where you're calling from.
I'm calling you from Australia. We have an office in Australia.
Okay, whereabouts in Australia?
I'm not going to share this information.
Okay.
I'll share the information and you call the cops, and after that they will get us arrested.
Okay. So why do you think you're getting arrested if you're from the Australian Tax Office?
No, this is not legitimate. This is a scam.
Okay, so this is a scam.
Yeah.
Dani, he only got more evasive from there, of course, but this process, you were called, you had a voicemail, and then you called back, and that was the process here.
Yeah, exactly, Tom. Thanks for having me. It's a pretty incredible call if you listen to the whole thing. So many Australians have been getting this type of robocall since the end of the financial year. It's the high prior time for scammers. As people, as you said, they look to pay their tax bill. So I just decided to give it a crack and call back and see what would happen. And in under just 2 minutes, he confessed to it all. I had told him that I was a journalist and writing a scam story for the paper, and he just told me everything. He, as you heard just then, he said he thought that he'd get arrested if he revealed his details. And sadly, the fact of the matter is so many Australians are giving over their details when they receive these calls. Only 253 Australians have handed over nearly $1 million in these past 4 months. So if you think about that, that's an average of $4,000 per person, and they're just the facts that the ATO knows about. So think about all the people that haven't reported being scammed or handing over money. It's pretty incredible.
Well, we should talk about the end game, right? So they're calling up, they say they're from the ATO, they threaten to sue you, they say you're going to be arrested, which I guess, if you know the legal system, there's an alarm bell there. If you're getting sued, they're not going to come and put the cuffs on you. But what they're trying to do is get you to pay off the debt they say that you owe to the ATO, and that's the end game here, a pretty short and sharp one. Yeah,
exactly. And the ATO says as well that part of the scam is they keep you on the line for quite a long time, just in the hopes of getting details out of you, not just financial details, but personal details that they can then use for other purposes, to steal your identity and that kind of thing. So really quite concerning that, I mean, it's not just financial. You could be looking at losing all sorts of details if you hand over information.
I guess, you know, some people might hear the bit of the call we played. You were obviously onto this particular scammer. You're a journalist, I guess. We're a cynical bunch sometimes. The concern is they just go and call as many people as they can, right? All they need is one breakthrough, someone perhaps with not much financial literacy that's worried about the terminology, and that's how they get through and get money.
Yeah, exactly. And they use this, they use a method called phone spoofing, which is basically changing your caller ID to a different number, and they use numbers like the ATO switchboard numbers or the number of a tax agent, so it appears legitimate. And this is technically legal.
So just on that, Dani, if you looked that up and did things such as what is this phone number, it would match the ATO call centre, for example.
Yeah, in some cases, yes. The number that I received the robocall from, I Googled it and found that a lot of people had said that this was a scam, so I clued on pretty quickly. But yeah, definitely they use this phone spoofing method, and they use actual legitimate numbers as their caller ID, which is obviously quite concerning when you consider if people are looking at what this number is and they think that it's legitimate.
There you go, something to watch out for, particularly this time of year. Dani Pogson, thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Tom.